Hello? Yan. Okay. I can hear already. Hi. Good morning to all of you on a beautiful Saturday morning. Um, I'm just here for the episode 3 of this upcoming series. Life, lifelong upcoming series, which is the CNA Everyday Focus Session. So this is a show that I have created on which it's free flowing unstructured session on which I share a lot of things, especially in design, while I go and minimize my background music. Okay, so just to give us a little bit more focus on what we're going to do for today. So for episode 3, as I have said on episode 2, on the prior episode, I'm going to give you some of the things that's new in Illustrator, which is the Intertwine feature. I'm going to give you a demonstration on that. We're going to design some YouTube thumbnails on the Adobe Express. And what else? I'm going to show you some of the upcoming content that we're going to have live. This afternoon, we're going to have the What's New in Adobe Creative Cloud 2023. So together with my guest speaker, si Coach Juan from Upskills Creative. So I think I'm just going to give you some of. I'm going to just screen share mine. Um, let's go to present and go to screen share because I want to give emphasis on this invite that's coming up before anything else. Hi to Jane. Sorry, Jonah Villegas. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so to start off, we're going to have like this announcement. Um, there is an upcoming event for Adobe Express, which is, as you would see here, it's Adobe Express Bootcamp. So I would highly encourage you to go and register here because it gives you uh, some of the workflow tips if you're new in Adobe Express, if you want to integrate your workflow with Illustrator, if you want to integrate your workflow with Photoshop, Premiere, Lightroom, and together with content creation, the content creation process with Katrina. She's a friend of mine from the Adobe Express Evangelist team. So as you would see here, you can add it to your calendar. This will be happening on November 8th to 11th. So I think it's every day. Yes, it's every day, but it's a bit off on the time because it's about 3 a.m. here in the Philippines. So if you cannot go and watch it live on 3 a.m. like I am. You can watch the replay on their YouTube channels such as Adobe Express, and you can definitely check out on the Facebook community for this recordings of these sessions. As I know, there are recordings for this, so it also gives you a neat way to remix a template that they're going to do on a live structure on a live environment on this workshops. So go check the Adobe Express Bootcamp. It's happening on November 8th because this one is November 7th on them. November 8th on us here on the Philippines. And that's it. Another one is kindly check our upcoming events, which is this one. I'm just going to plug it on the screen. Give me some seconds. Give me some moment. Okay, so we're going to have What's New in Creative Cloud 2023. This will happen on 4 p.m. The next one would be This one, which is tomorrow or the day after the session, is it's the rescheduled event last October 29, which is e-learning with Adobe Captivate for educators. It's a first for us here in the live session to do Adobe Captivate because I think this application deserves more attention right now because as we as we go with the new normal for education, it's a way for us educators to get more empowered with tools and the technologies that you can use to to create more engaging, more immersive experiences for your learners. Okay, so the next one would be um, it's not an Adobe or related topic, but it's a way for you to build your brands inside of your social media channels, your educator circle, or if you want, you can also establish your learning the what you call that? Kalimutan ko, I forgot. The learning networks. Tama ba ako doon? I forgot. So it's a learners network um, on which you can grow your audience. Okay, so it's social media for education with Miss MJ Soriano for November 16, second week of the month, second week of the month of November. And then on the third week, we're going to have Design Faster with Adobe Express for educators with our guest trainer on Jemary Bocalbos. Okay, so lots and lots of events that will come in your way. So you can also definitely register now if you go to bit.ly/CNA live events. Kulang sa tulog. CNA live events, you can definitely register. Okay? So, after all of that, let's check on how are you all doing? Kamusta po? Let's go to our next topic, which is how do we create YouTube thumbnails inside of Adobe Express? So, if you're not already logged into your Adobe Express, you can go to express.adobe.com and then log in using your Adobe ID as you would see here. Mine is already logged in. You can definitely check all of the templates that is available if you want to create a YouTube channel. In my case, I've been doing this for like for 3 days. I'm just going to search for YouTube channel art or YouTube thumbnails, and as you would see, I don't have like YouTube thumbnails right now on my existing series. So I'm just planning to create something from scratch, or I can use a template, as you could see here. But in my case, you would see that I always do my designs from scratch, and I'm just going to give you a sample of what is on the templates. As you would see, there are a lot of templates, like 5,794 templates for you to use inside of Adobe Express. And as I said before, I'm not going to use any template. So I'm going to go back to the Adobe Express website. And then let's create something from scratch. Okay. So let's find a canvas size that will enable me to, oops, that would enable me to create a YouTube thumbnail, which is 1280 by 720. While this one is loading, let's check. Oh, another one is that some great news right now. I have been recently accepted on a private um generative AI image platform, which is Alpaca, as you would see here. It makes you create generative images using a plugin. You can set up Photoshop to create something like this. Um, um, this is just new on uh, on on this update And I hope to explore this in the future for the following episodes of this series. So you have like 200 credits on your account to start with for you to create like so many AI generated images and right inside of Adobe Photoshop. Okay, so great news. I'm going to give you some insights on how did I register for this, on how did I got admitted, because it's been a while, like 3 or a month ago um since I got into the invitation or the registration for this. Okay. So let's go back to Adobe Express. And as you would see here, let's check for some oh, this is some templates. So a let's go here at the plus button on the top left. You would see that you can create like a custom graphic. In our case, I know the specifics. So let's click on custom graphic size. So if I click that, this will enable you to input your hmm, okay, let's see. Okay. So this will enable you to input your sizes. In my case, you can also definitely check on some of the presets that they have. For example, if you go to social media posts, print, oh, doesn't work. Why? Okay. You can definitely type it here. For example, 1280 by 720. And then click on next. So after I did that, this will give me a blank canvas in Adobe Express for me to create my YouTube thumbnails. And I hope the internet gods will be in my favor right now. Hopefully. Hmm. Okay. Let's check. Morning. While we still have some typical technical difficulties on this, I'm trying to check on. Oh, can't I like click on next? Been clicking next, but there's nothing here. Okay, so it doesn't work on the live environment. Yeah, like totally. Okay, let's go back here. Probably the next thing that I could do is like create something from scratch on a custom size, maybe something like this. Let's try this again. Uh, Create custom size graphic, then type it again, 1280 by 720. Click next. Hopefully, yes. Okay, it works now. So it just takes a little bit more time. So let's wait for Adobe Express to load here. So as you would see here in Adobe Express, we have like the left panel, the left section on which you can create lots of design elements, photos, photos, text, design graphics, design elements, shapes using the left side. And if you want to modify the oh wait, if you want to modify the properties of each of the design element, you can just have to click it, and then the right panel here gives you access to all of its properties. It changes, it's context sensitive. So in my case, I'm just going to put a photo here. Let's click on photo. And then let's search for a photo for design. Let's try to check it. While this is loading, can anyone of you from the audience who's been using Adobe Express kindly comment down below? So let's try this. No, not templates. Photos. Let's try using photos. But you can always use some templates here. Let's click on photos. Okay. So let's try to search for something like design in the photo. And this is powered by Adobe Stock, on which, if you have a subscription for Adobe Express, this will enable you to get premium. You can get the premium photos here. So if I just like select this one, this one looks nice. This one. Oh, if I click on that, you would see that it has an icon for the premium access, which is the crown. In my case, I have the Adobe Express in my subscription, which is the all apps for those who are in the Adobe for Education or Adobe Education Leader program. So right now, I have this photo on which, if you click on it, as you would see on the right side, it gives you the options to edit the properties of the image. So in my case, I'm just going to click on Add to Background. When I click on that, this will automatically fit on the canvas, on which, on the first instance, it's kind of blur, but as you move along, it will gradually download. And as you would see here, there is already much more finer details that's been added. So let's click on some of the things that I do inside of Adobe Express is that if I have something like this that has so many elements, I can just use a filter and make it like little bit subtle. Let's click on, let's say, there's some color combinations here that you can definitely use. For example, mine, I always use something like this, which is really that really pops. And after this is that I use like this one, the blur function, for a little bit of to make this a little bit subtle. And if I could go, let's try to do some enhancements here. Let's say I want this to be a bit darker because we want to have like not that saturated. You would see here. And then I'm going to add like the text for the graphic, the thumbnail. Let's click on add text. So right now the process is that I'm going to add more text to describe the YouTube channel. Let's try. There's a lot of templates that you can use inside of Adobe Express, and some of them are very good looking. Um, let's say for the sake of this demonstration, I'm just going to, let's say, this one. Let's click on this one. Or you can just also drag and drop it if you want, because that's one of the new features inside of Adobe Express. So let's try this. And then when you click on the text, and this would render out here, same as the photo. You just have to click here, and then where's the text? Okay, I have two of them already. So let's try to change this into a white version. It's a bit lagging because it's okay. Let's try this. Maybe let's try to make it like a white. And then after that, let's click on the other one, who's a duplicate copy of this. Okay, let's delete this one. And let's move this. Let's try to edit this one. So if you click on the text itself, you can just edit this. Make this a CNA. Okay, let's make this CNA Everyday. Oh, I think my CPU utilization is just a bit like overwhelming for this stream. Can I delete this? Come on, let's do this. I think I should really upgrade to an M1 Mac. CNA every day. I'm going to do this like on a daily basis. I think I should really have some new. Okay, so it's not yet rendering here. I hope someday Adobe would sponsor. Like, okay, so let's try this. A CNA everyday. What can I do with this text? I can definitely use some arrangement on the text. If you go here, oh, where is that? If you go here on this option, which is the, if I can still remember, like a magic fit on this, let's click on this. There is an option for you to do a magic fit. So yeah, let's click on that. You would see that if I click on that, this will give me the following result, like in three, two, one. Okay, sige. Let's make this. It's testing my patience. Okay, let's click on that, and as you would see, we have something like this. It fits like very nice. Let's resize this to make this more prominent. Or I can definitely just remove the background, but for now, I'm just ideating some things on this design. So CNA everyday, and then let's duplicate this. If we just hold on the option or Alt and drag it, hopefully this would be very responsive. Okay, CNA everyday, and then let's change the text, which is focus session. Okay, focus session. Okay, so let's move this here, and let's zoom out a little bit. It's always saving at the background, so you would see that uh, it's now updating. You can definitely modify the shapes here if you click on the shape, and then if you change the color, for example, let's click on this. Let's try a different color from this. Let's say a yellow one. Let's click on this and click on the top. And we can definitely put some photos of the subject that we're trying to do. Let's say let's go back here on the CNA everyday text. Let's go again to shape. and then modify its color. Or you can definitely, we don't have the drop eyedropper tool inside of Adobe Express. So let's go back here. Let's click on the suggested one, which is this one. So we could definitely change the shapes that we're going to use. Okay. So let's put a photo here, or you can use your logos here, which is the brands inside of Adobe Express. So this is just the first version of this thumbnail. You can definitely do a lot more design options as we progress. Let's say, for example, this one. Where is my white version of the logo? Is it this one or this one? Forgot. Let's try this. Let's try a black one. You can just definitely drag and drop this here. I think my font recommendations is messing with my ability to just do it in real time. Because when you select text, as you would see, it's always loading. So that's one of the things. Okay. So as you would see here, there is what we call the font recommendations. This font recommendations is powered by Adobe Sensei, or the AI inside of Adobe Express, which gives you a way to ideate faster. Because if I just click here and ask for more suggestions, you can definitely do so. Click here on the logos. I hope my logo is already been applied, but I think it's not because okay, let's click on again on logos. Let's try the black version and put it here. Oh, it's already here. So let's click on it. Let's go back here and let's change the zoom level, which is fit, and move this here on the top. It's always saving. And let's say I'm just going to put a photo of mine here for the. We have lots of friends here. So let's try to find a suitable logo for this one. Let's say this one. And I think I should clean some of them. Probably I'll do an episode on how to clean your branding icons, branding logo, branding elements inside of the Adobe Express brands feature. Okay, so where is my photo? Oh, it doesn't work. Okay, let's try this. Click drag and drop. Okay, it works now. So let's click on this. Apologies for the unresponsive, because the unresponsive approach on this, because my machine is really like a dinosaur right now. Okay, so we have the following. We can just maybe resize this into a much more um, smaller version of it. Let's click on this. So this would render like a little bit like this. And let's just put a word here, which is the episode number. I'm going to create more versions of this, but just for the sake of demonstration, I'm just going to add a text for us to get an output out of Adobe Express. Let's click on that. add your text, and let's type in, let's say, episode. I can spell right. Episode 1, for example. And then let's remove the shape here. We still got this text. Let's put another like font. Let's do a serif font here, or let's stick with something on my brand, which is good morning. Let's do something like this. Let's click on that, and then let's replace this. Okay, episode 1. Let's make this smaller. Let's make this white. So due to a little bit limited computing capacity right now, I'm just going to just publish this, and I'm going to edit this offline for all of us to see on the following days in our social media channels. So right now, if you want to just, let's say this one is already finished, let's go to download, and then let's download the PNG version, which is the highest, which is the higher quality one. Let's click on start download. In this, you have already created your YouTube thumbnail that fast. Okay, let's check on that. Yes, we already have this type of design based from Adobe Express, on which we can definitely put into our social media channels and for our branding. So that's how easy it is to create YouTube thumbnails. And hopefully, on the following sessions that we're planning to have on Adobe Express together with Gem, we're going to create like better designs and tips for you to leverage Adobe Express to create more um, pop on your YouTube channel designs, YouTube thumbnail designs. Okay, so that's how easy it is you to use this one. And another thing is that something new in Adobe Express. So let's move on to another feature inside of Adobe Express, which is a way for you to share this and post it into your social media channels. So, for example, if I'm going to post this, let's click on share on the top right portion of the screen. Let's click on share. Let's click on share, and then let's click on schedule. So, inside of Adobe Express, it's what we call a scheduler for you to connect your social media networks. For example, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, um, Pinterest, and what's the last one? Instagram. Okay. So this one will enable you to post automatically or on a automated setting. For example, if I click on Facebook, if I want to just publish it also on my LinkedIn account, and then what you're going to do is that schedule for a publish date. In this example, let's say for tomorrow. Let's say the usual time of my audience would be like 10 a.m. They're already like up in the morning. You also you need to consult your analytics so you could see if there is someone who's going to watch this. Let's click on done. And then if you're not decided on posting this, like still not confirmed, you can just click on draft post. And you can definitely use your captions here. For example, mine is something like this. Let's click on copy and then paste it here. For example, this one. Let's click on add draft. I haven't clicked this. Okay, it's already clicked. For example, let's go back here on Twitter. Oh, this one is episode one. My bad. Okay. My bad. Okay, I'm just going to go back to episode one and copy this description. After this, let's just paste this. This one is the right one. Okay, let's click on preview. This will enable you to see what the post would look like if you're on Facebook, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on Twitter. So as you would see, there is a lot of things that you can look forward to if you're going to post this on a regular basis or in a scheduled basis. So let's click on add draft. So this one will automatically be on the draft category and also be here. Oh, I think this one is not. This one is the unscheduled post. So if you want to filter out some of the things that you need to check, for example, I want to check if I'm going to approve the draft post for tomorrow. Let's click on filters and let's click on draft. So it will just only give you all of the draft uh, entries, and you can also definitely filter out what type of channels you're going to post. Let's click on this, and as you would see, all of the draft posts is here. You can edit this by clicking on it, and then save this as please, or you can just delete it. For example, if I just select here and delete, let's go to more. Let's click on delete post. That's how you delete your scheduled or your draft post inside of content scheduler, which is inside of Adobe Express. So isn't this really a time saver for all of us who's been doing content creation and also doing social media? Kindly comment down below if if you're seeing a possibility of using this in the future or even for today as you speak. So that's that's the episode for today. We covered. Let's try this one. Um, as promised, I just recalled. As promised, let's go to Illustrator and let's create a new file. Let's do the intertwine feature that was introduced in the recent Adobe Max convention. And I'm just going to create a letter size post. And this one is pretty magical because before, if you want to create something like this effect, this will take you a lot of technical know-how on how you can do certain effects inside of Adobe Illustrator. But right now, the focus is just to create faster designs by using artificial intelligence and automated workflows. So I just hope that this would open faster. Okay. Okay. So let's try this. I'm just going to create a text here. And then let's click and drag. Oh, I still have a lot of them. I forgot that I am using the newest version, unlike the old version before. So let's zoom in here. Let's type in intertwine and make this a little bit bold. Let's make this. Yes, something like that. Okay, so let's make this bigger. And let's add some elements for this. Let's say this intertwine feature works with design elements that has like uh long strokes. For example, if I'm just going to add some strokes here, let's say this one, let's say if I add just something like this stroke, and let's make this like a different color for us to see it more clearly. Let's make this like a red. Okay. So what we have is a vector path. on which we want to, let's say, make this letter T above this element, design element. So what you can do is that it's pretty easy to do. Let's just select both of them. If you go to the object, let's go to intertwine, and then let's click on make. Okay. So when you click on that, our cursor will definitely like change to enable us to select certain portions of your selected properties. Let's click on OK for this. And then let's just do a marquee selection on this, like as a lasso selection. Let's click on this, and then as you would see, this is pretty magical. Okay, let's go back here. Let's say on the letter E, let's mm, do this here. Okay, so I have some problems on this, so I'm just going to add more to make this much more better of a selection. Probably I'm just going to do something like this. Okay, let's just undo this. I think I should do a much more cleaner approach. Let's go back to object, let's go to intertwine, and then let's go and edit. So let's go back here. Let's edit this, and let's see. Okay, that works great. So keep in mind that if ever I change like the size of this, let's say, let's go back to another font. Let's, for example, this one. I just selected this new um, selection. For example, if I change my mind later, let's say I want to make this font like much more bigger or bolder. Let's double click on this and then let's change this into, let's make this bigger. So as you would see here, some of it would be because we have selected this on a specific level. So what we can do is that let's go back to object, let's go to intertwine and release what we did. Okay, let's go to object, intertwine, and then release. So that's how the intertwine feature works. I hope there would be more innovations like this inside of Illustrator, so we could definitely leverage some of the time saving features inside of these applications. So again, I'm just going to plug some of our events that's coming up. We have another one, which is a Lightroom workshop, like intermediate Lightroom workshop. I posted this on my social media. This is in partnership with the Department of Information Communications Technology Region 4A. So definitely check it out if you're interested on that. You can definitely check on our Facebook page. If you want, you can also send me a direct message on Facebook so I can get you in touch with the people who's organizing the event. So I hope this day three would give you value on what you can do inside of Adobe Creative Cloud, Adobe Express, and Illustrator. So I hope to see you later at 4 p.m. for our special session. If you want to get some e-certificates for from Creative Nation Academy, um, it's What's New in Creative Cloud 2023, together with Coach Juan from Upskill Creatives. Again, my name is Rollan Bañez, and this has been a very what to call this? This has been a very interactive session together with all of you. I hope to see you tomorrow for more tips as we go CNA Everyday Focus Session. Bye for now. See you tomorrow.
camera source. Okay? Pag click nyo yan, so you would see here, you would see that meron tayong quality na options for synchronizing a specific point on the multi-camera sequence. Right now, we have input.
Panel, you can customize this, you can press the key kung sino palakna, if you want to make this composition na mas malaki rin, you can press the key and lalaki siya. Okay, pwede rin na kapag dito kayo sa timeline, gusto nyo palakihin siya, pwede nyo palakihin siya. A way for you to maximize